Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Good evening, Mr. Bell. I won't get up if you don't mind. This change in the weather has given me a twinge or two of rheumatism, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Dr. Watson.
We old fossils can't expect to be as hale and hearty as you young fellows, you know.
I don't know that I feel so young today, Dr. Watson. I stopped by the academy this afternoon and saw my cousin there. He's 13 years old, and after an hour with him, I realized I'm really quite ancient.
13 years old. Fine age. He's happy at the school, Mr. Bell?
Crazy about it.
Yes, I'm sure that in this day and age, a boy almost looks forward to going to school. Conditions were far different in certain parts of England just before the turn of the century, I'm afraid. I'm thinking in particular of a school that Holmes and I had occasion to visit, and of the frightened, unhappy youngsters who lived there in mortal terror of their lives.
Oh, this has all the hallmarks of the beginning of a Sherlock Holmes adventure.
It is, my boy. It's a story I call The Singular Affair of the Dying Schoolboys. Well, Mr. Bell, that strange adventure began on a stormy September evening in Baker Street many, many years ago. All day long the wind had screamed and the rain had beaten against our windows. Shortly after dinner, there was the old familiar jangle on our front doorbell. And a few moments later, Mrs. Hudson ushered a distinguished visitor into the room. As he stood there in front of the flickering firelight, I could see that he was a good-looking man, and also that he was in a state of considerable excitement.
Now, Lord Manders, if you will just give us the facts.
Well, Mr. Holmes, 3 years ago, I was a passenger on that ill-fated ship, the Sophie Anderson. She was wrecked in a gale, and I was the only survivor. I clung to a piece of broken spar and was washed ashore, and after that, for over 2 years, I lived alone on an island in the Indian Ocean. Naturally, when the Sophie Anderson foundered, I was believed to be dead. My young brother, Eric, who was next in line, inherited the estate and the guardianship of our uncle.
There must have been quite a lot of confusion when you arrived home this year, Lord Manders.
There was, Dr. Watson, but not for the reason you suppose. I landed in England to find that my brother had died last December.
Oh, indeed, I'm very sorry.
He died under very peculiar circumstances. That's why I've come to you, Mr. Holmes.
What were those circumstances?
My uncle sent Eric to a school on the Welsh moors, not far from Cardiff. A school known as Ponsonby Hall. He died in the school infirmary there, supposedly of pneumonia.
And you have some reason to believe it was not pneumonia?
Nothing definite. I've been down to the school, but Dr. Punson, the owner, was too ill to see me. However, I did talk to a frightening woman there, who's the matron of the place, a Mrs. Arkwright. I became suspicious, so I stayed on and, for a few days, made some local inquiries.
With what results?
Ponsonby Hall has a black name with the villagers, Mr. Holmes. 5 boys have died there in the last 2 years under circumstances similar to my brother's.
Good gracious me.
I presume that you immediately had an accounting with your uncle?
My uncle had settled another account before my return, Mr. Holmes. He died of a heart attack last February. But I am certain he was responsible for Eric's death. You see, he stood to inherit the estate. It may sound incredible, but I believe Eric was murdered at Ponsonby Hall.
Murdered in a boys' school? Oh, come, sir. Such things can't happen in this 19th century of ours.
But they can, Watson, and do, unfortunately.
You don't mean it?
I do. A private school situated in a desolate spot and operated by an unprincipled scoundrel could provide excellent and profitable opportunities for removing unwanted relatives.
What a ghastly thought.
Mr. Holmes, I know that Eric's dead and nothing can bring him to life again. But I can try and avenge his death and bring his murderer to justice. You will help me, won't you?
Yes, Lord Manders, I will. If these shocking occurrences have been taking place, we may be able at least to prevent further tragedies. Watson, suppose we join Lord Manders on the West of England Express tonight, and tomorrow see what can be done to penetrate the black clouds that surround Ponsonby Hall.
We're walking in the wrong direction, Mr. Holmes. The school's behind us.
And before going there, I thought we might profitably pay a visit here in the village to Llewellyn Coffin.
Oh, who's he?
The local undertaker.
An undertaker in Coffin? That's very funny, isn't it? Coffin, undertaker.
Quite. But try and control your amusement, will you, Watson?
Oh, sorry, Albert.
Here's his establishment now.
Good day, gentlemen.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes, sir. That's my name, Coffin.
We're strangers in these parts, and we're in search of information. I'm hoping, Mr. Coffin, that you'll be able to help us.
What I can do, sir, I will, and do it gladly.
I understand that you've had an unusually large proportion of business from Ponsonby Hall in the past 2 years.
5 boys died, didn't they?
5 boys it was.
Mr. Coffin, we've heard some strange stories in the village.
Yes. Stories that make us wonder if those deaths were from natural causes.
Gentlemen, I'm a simple man, look you. A man who plies his trade but cannot afford to ask questions. What goes on at Ponsonby Hall, and I'll not say strange things haven't happened there, is none of my business.
Then let me appeal to your sympathies. My young brother died at Ponsonby Hall last December. You must have buried him.
Your brother? Well, now look you, that makes it different. But you'll not say anything up at the hall, sir. Dr. Ponsonby's a savage man.
Don't worry on that score, Mr. Coffin.
What do you have to know him, sir?
All the 5 boys were supposed to have had pneumonia, I understand.
That's what the medical report said.
Who signed those reports?
Dr. Ponsonby himself. He's a regular medical doctor, look you.
How very convenient. No questions had to be asked. Mr. Coffin, when you prepared those bodies for burial, did you notice anything unusual about them? Anything to make you think their deaths were possibly not caused by pneumonia?
No, sir.
Think now.
Well, now that you mention it, there was one thing I was after noticing.
Oh, what was that, my good man?
The boys had a strange look on their faces as they lay there, as if something had frightened the wits out of them just before they died.
That's very odd. The face of anyone dying from pneumonia would be in repose.
Did you notice anything else, Mr. Coffin? Any other peculiarity?
Well, there was one thing, sir, that gave me to thinking. All the boys had marks on them. Stretch marks they were on their necks or shoulders.
Perhaps they were bites. Remember Dr. Rylott of Stoke Moran, Holmes?
Did these marks look like the bites of a snake, Mr. Coffin?
No, that they weren't. Look you, I know a snake bite when I see one.
Didn't these marks make you suspicious?
That they did, sir. And when I saw them on the boys, I took my courage in my hands and asked Dr. Ponsonby.
And what did he say?
Inoculation marks. He said that he had tried to save them with some newfangled medicine.
No autopsy was held on the boys?
No, sir. Dr. Ponsonby is the only doctor in these parts, look you. He gave the certificates. Who was to ask any questions?
Exactly. Come on, Watson, Lord Manders. This has been a very promising start. Thank you, Mr. Coffin. You've been most helpful.
It was a pleasure to talk to you, gentlemen. But please don't be after repeating what I said.
Well, Mr. Holmes, I think you'll agree my suspicions were well grounded.
Yes. And we'll lose no time investigating this matter. I think we may work faster if we divide our forces. I shall return to the inn and compose a telegram that I shall ask you to send for me, Lord Manders.
Of course, Mr. Holmes.
Aren't you going to Ponsonby Hall, Holmes?
Not immediately. However, you, my dear Watson, can be my advance guard.
Me?
Yes. I think that your open countenance, combined with that delightful Scottish accent you sometimes assume, plus an appropriate name, should lull Dr. Ponsonby into believing that he has another wealthy customer who needs his very specialized services.
Well, Holmes, I'll do my best. Just the same, I'll be very relieved when you get on the scene.
I'm Mrs. Arkwright, the school matron. Whom did you wish to see?
I want to have a word with Dr. Ponsonby. My name is Angus McLaughlin, and I'm most anxious to send my young cousin here.
Oh?
He needs discipline, and I'm told that you dinner pamper a young lad here.
Please come in. I'm sure Dr. Ponsonby will see you.
Thank you, Mrs. Arkwright. Come in.
Go in, please.
Dr. Ponsonby?
Yes, please sit down, won't you?
Thank you, sir. My name is Angus McLaughlin. I've traveled all the way from Aberdeen to see you. I was told that at your school you at least know how to discipline a lad.
Well, Mr. McLaughlin, in our modest way, we endeavour to inculcate our students with a sense of responsibility.
Aye.
I was about to have a glass of wine. Perhaps you'd care to join me?
That's very kind of you, Dr. Ponsonby. I'd like to.
You wish to send a relative here, Mr. McLaughlin?
Aye, sir, a young cousin of mine, if you'll take him.
Well, here's your wine, Mr. McLaughlin.
Thank you, sir. And to your very good health. That's very good.
Tell me more about your cousin, sir. Before I accept a new student, I like to know as much about him as possible.
Well, I'll be quite frank with you. He's 13 years old and he's a young devil. And an inconvenient young devil, too. You see, Dr. Ponsonby, I'm his guardian. You follow me?
No, sir, I don't think I do.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a poor man. And I'd be a very wealthy one if it weren't for that boy. The whippersnapper is the only person who stands between me and my dead brother's fortune. I wouldn't be sorry if anything were to happen to him. Am I making myself quite clear, Doctor?
Much clearer, Mr. McLaughlin. Another glass of wine?
Thank you. Well, it's very good.
Mr. McLaughlin, why not put all your cards on the table? So much simpler that way.
Very well. Does £10,000 mean anything to you, Dr. Ponsonby?
Dear me, yes. The scholastic profession is notoriously unremunerative.
If my young cousin were to be taken ill, perhaps, shall we say, with pneumonia, if he were to die here at your school, what was I saying? I'd pay you £10,000. And now, sir, I can't be more explicit than that, no, can I?
I don't think so. By the way, Mr. McLaughlin, your Scottish accent is beginning to disappear. Such a pity. It was quite colourful.
Wine's drugged. You haven't touched your wine's drugged.
I'm a most abstemious man, particularly on occasions like this. Dr. Watson?
How did you know my name?
Even in this remote spot, I've seen photographs of you and your friend, the famous Sherlock Holmes. I'm just a little hurt that you both thought I was stupid enough to be fooled so easily. You seem dreadfully sleepy, Dr. Watson.
Sleep? Yes, I've got to go to sleep.
And sleep well, my friend. I only hope that you don't have too much trouble waking up.
Well, Dr. Watson, you certainly left me teetering on the edge of my chair. We left you drugged in the schoolmaster's study. What happened next?
Well, my first conscious recollection was to find myself with a violent pounding in my head, lying in a small clearing between some trees. Bending over me with a look of deep concern on his face was my old friend Sherlock Holmes.
Watson. Watson, old chap, are you all right?
Yes, I got a frightful headache, Holmes. What are you doing there in those clothes with that droopy moustache?
It proved a good enough passport to secure me employment at the stables here.
How did you get me out of Ponsonby's study?
The stables command an excellent view of the school building. Your long absence worried me. And when Dr. Ponsonby finally appeared, alone, I became suspicious. So I took advantage of his absence, slipped through the study window, and rescued you.
Well, thank heavens you did. He gave me drugged wine. It's a funny thing, Holmes. I was probably delirious, but I swear that I saw a woman's handbag on the table. A pink and black beaded bag, and it was alive and moved.
Great heavens! That confirms my worst suspicions.
Did you see it too?
No, it wasn't there when I came in. Somebody, probably Mrs. Arkwright, removed it. Watson, you were never closer to death. I blame myself for having allowed you to tackle Dr. Ponsonby alone.
Don't reproach yourself, Holmes. Where's Lord Manders?
Waiting at the inn for an answer to my telegram. He is to meet us later behind the lodge gates.
What's our next move?
To go to the stables, dirty you up a bit and get you a change of clothes. Then we'll return to the attack. There's desperate work ahead of us.
This way, sir.
What, my man?
Don't look so alarmed, Lord Manders.
Dr. Watson, I wouldn't have recognized you. What's happened?
Trouble. I had to assume a disguise, too. You brought an answer to Holmes's telegram?
Yes, in my pocket. Where is he?
He went over to the main school building and asked me to keep watch for you here at the gates. Oh, here he is now.
Is there an answer to my telegram, Lord Manders?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Yeah.
Splendid. I was right.
What is it, Holmes?
I haven't time to explain now. At the moment, we have to work, and work fast, before Mr. Coffin has another client from Ponsonby Hall.
What have you discovered?
Among other things, that the second cook, an acidulated woman of dubious charms, is most susceptible to flattery. Over a glass of stout, she quite inadvertently gave me 3 vital clues.
What were they?
Firstly, that all 5 of the unfortunate boys died in the same small room. Secondly, that fatal room is directly under the room of Mrs. Arkwright.
And she's capable of anything, if you ask me.
The third clue makes our next step an urgent one. A boy by the name of Carruthers Minor was moved into that room yesterday. He's supposed to have an extremely bad cold. Dr. Ponsonby is afraid it might turn into pneumonia.
Good heavens.
Exactly, Watson. I suggest we lose no time in visiting Carruthers Minor. Though I'm sure Dr. Ponsonby would consider it unethical, this is one occasion when another doctor's opinion is absolutely vital. There, Carruthers. This is Dr. Watson. He's come to make you well.
You can't make me well. Dr. Ponsonby says I've got pneumonia.
Oh, nonsense, my dear boy. You've got a slight cold, that's all.
If Dr. Ponsonby says I've got pneumonia, pneumonia's what I've got.
Nothing of the kind, my boy. Nothing of the kind.
Watson, you notice this bed is anchored to the floor? It can't be moved. What does that suggest to you?
Again, it reminds me of Stuck Moran and Dr. Rylott. But I don't see any bell pull.
No, Watson. No bell rope is needed, because no murderous snake is involved in this plot. But look up there, directly above the bed.
Small trapdoor.
Leading from Mrs. Arkwright's room. Now the whole picture's clear. The trapdoor, the strange marks on the dead boys, the beaded bag that you saw.
What was that?
I don't know. Lord Manders is standing guard in the hallway.
It's Dr. Ponsonby. He's come to look at my pneumonia.
Mrs. Arkwright.
I know you were expecting Lord Manders. He's lying in the hallway. He was looking in the wrong direction. Unfortunately for him.
Don't let Mrs. Arkwright come near me. Don't let her.
Mrs. Arkwright, I'd put that revolver away if I were you. I doubt if you know how to handle it.
I assure you that I do. Having used the butt end of it on your friend so successfully should prove that fact.
Rifle, Watson.
Right, you are.
Get away from me.
Drop that revolver, Mrs. Arkwright.
That's right. And you don't have it.
Drop that revolver, do you hear me? That's better. I say, Holmes, she's fainted.
Good. Help me carry her up to a room.
Well, what about young Carruthers and Lord Manders?
We must remove them to a place of safety, and then, Watson, all that remains is to call on the giggling Dr. Ponsonby.
It's very dark in here, Holmes. I don't like this at all.
Quiet. Somebody's coming. Good evening, Dr. Ponsonby. Let me light your desk lamp for you.
You startled me. Who are you? What are you doing in my study?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. Dr. Watson, you've already met.
Yes, we've met you, scoundrel.
Oh, yes, my friend the Scotsman. I was expecting you both. By the way, please put that revolver away. Firearms make me nervous.
Dr. Ponsonby, I know how those 5 boys were murdered. I would venture the opinion that you once spent some time for the sake of your health in America. In Arizona Territory, I'd say.
I wonder what makes you think that, Mr. Holmes. I've never been in America in my life.
And yet I'm certain that someone here spent some time in the vicinity of the Gila River.
Well, I understand that Mrs. Arkwright was in America a few years ago.
Mrs. Arkwright? Dr. Ponsonby, is it possible you're hoping to transfer our suspicions to your accomplice?
My accomplice? You talk in riddles, Mr. Holmes. It's most confusing.
Then shall we be more specific? You consider Carruthers Minor to be quite ill, I understand.
Yes, I'm dreadfully worried about him.
Then let me tell you, Dr. Ponsonby, that I examined the boy only a few minutes ago, and as a medical man, I say that he only has a slight cold.
Then obviously we disagree in our diagnosis, Dr. Watson. After all, you're just a general practitioner, whereas I specialize...
Yes, we know what you specialize in.
Gentlemen, I suggest the 3 of us go over to Carruthers' room and hold a consultation. It's just possible that his health has taken a sudden turn for the better.
But the bed's empty. Carruthers Minor has gone.
Yes, Dr. Ponsonby. And suppose you take his place.
And I've got him, Holmes. Leave me alone. What are you going to do?
Lash you to this bed and see if you can stomach your own filthy medicine.
This is outrageous.
Of course. I think that if we were to reconstruct your crimes with you as the victim, we might persuade you to confess.
Mrs. Arkwright! Mrs. Arkwright! Arkwright?
I'm afraid she can't help you. She's in her room with the door locked from the outside.
There we are, Holmes. He's latched up so that he can't move. But you don't understand. Mrs. Arkwright has been Great heavens! What was that?
Mrs. Arkwright. It came from the room above. Come on, Watson. Quick, up the stairs.
She's fainted again.
Feel her pulse.
I just got you. Holmes, there is no pulse. She's dead.
The poison works fast. Observe those marks on her wrist.
Looks as if some animal had bitten it.
It has. And that means the animal's loose in this room.
Great heavens.
Somehow it must have escaped from its cage and turned on her. Guard the door, Watson. Our lives are not safe until we've found this monster.
I don't understand.
Look. Look. Under that washstand there.
Good heavens, it's that beaded handbag again. And it's moving.
Give me your walking stick, Watson.
Here.
There. This diabolical creature's done enough damage for one lifetime.
It's dead, Holmes. But what in thunder is it? It looks like some sort of lizard. It's all pink and covered all over with black scales. That's what made me think it was a handbag. But I've never seen a lizard as large as that.
Of course you haven't. So let me introduce you to the peculiar villain of this piece. His name is Heloderma suspectum, better known as the Gila monster, indigenous to the Gila River in America.
I've never seen anything like it before. How on earth did you recognize it, Holmes?
When Mr. Coffin, the undertaker, mentioned those strange marks on the dead boys, I was reminded of an article I'd read recently on venomous lizards.
So that telegram you sent
was
me...
to the Museum of Natural History. Their answer confirmed my suspicions. The Gila monster's bite produces almost instantaneous death, and yet it's a poison that would be extremely hard to identify. The fixed bed in the room below us, the trap door directly above it in this room, and the help of an unscrupulous accomplice like Mrs. Arkwright makes the rest of the picture very clear.
Now that the monster's dead, how are you going to frighten Dr. Ponsonby into a confession?
Dr. Ponsonby need not know the animal's dead. Examine the floor, Watson. See if you can find that trap door.
Right, you are, Holmes.
Meanwhile, I'll see if I can find some cord or string. Uh-huh. Here's a ball of twine on the dressing table, placed there for use in the intended murder of Carruthers Minor, no doubt.
Found the trap, Holmes. There's a ring here in the floor and a section of the carpet's been cut out.
Good. And now to attach the twine to the body of the Gila monster. So. All right, Watson. Open the trap door.
Very well, Holmes.
Well, Dr. Ponsonby, have you changed your mind? She is dead, Dr. Ponsonby. Your Gila monster turned on her.
No!
I'm going to lower the animal, Watson. There we are.
Just a few more feet will do the trick, Holmes.
Yes. There.
Take it away! I say anything! Anything!
You'll sign a confession?
Yes, Holmes, yes, I will. Just take that beast away and I'll sign anything.
We'll be down, Dr. Ponsonby.
Well, Holmes, thank heavens that's done with. What a shocking affair.
Yes, Watson, but not without a note of poetic justice.
What do you mean?
Well, isn't it poetic justice that a dead reptile should be instrumental in bringing a live one to the gallows?
Quite a gruesome finale, Dr. Watson.
It certainly was, Mr. Bell. All in all, one of the most unpleasant adventures that Holmes and I ever encountered.
Now, Dr. Watson, how about next week?
Well, now, let me see. Next week, I think I'll tell you the adventure of the genuine Guarnarius, in which Holmes solved the mystery of Drenko, the famous violinist, who was found dead in a locked room clutching a suicide note, but who nevertheless had been murdered.
Good evening, Dr. Watson. I trust I'm not intruding.
Not at all, my dear fellow, not at all. Sit down, won't you?
Thank you. You know, Dr. Watson, I've been struck by the remarkably large number of signed photographs of titled personages and notables that ornament the walls of your study. Mementos of your active career, I presume.
Yes, although I must admit most of them are clients of Sherlock Holmes rather than grateful patients of mine.
Well, now, this picture, for instance. Naturally, I recognize the photograph of the late royal...
No names, Mr. Bell, I beg you. Holmes and I always referred to the gentleman in question merely as Mr. Edwards.
And what did you and Mr. Holmes do to cause his royal... I beg your pardon. Mr. Edwards to inscribe his photograph in such affectionate gratitude?
Nothing of any great importance, I assure you. Merely that Mr. Edwards has become a trifle entangled, shall we say, with a little dancer at Maxim's in Paris. A young lady rejoicing in the appellation of Frou-Frou. Quite a delightful little bit of fluff, too.
I gather that Sherlock Holmes settled the matter to Mr. Edwards' complete satisfaction?
Very easily and very discreetly. But it led us into one of the most curious and singular affairs of Sherlock Holmes' career, and one which I don't believe would ever have been solved had Holmes not been a distinguished amateur on the violin. I call it The Adventure of the Genuine Guarnarius.
Sounds intriguing, Dr. Watson.
Well, the British ambassador to France, Sir Hubert Ashley, had invited Holmes and myself to a reception at the embassy in Paris in order to thank us both for successfully concluding the rather delicate affair of Mr. Edwards. The ballroom was a blaze of light. The guests were dancing. By Jove, Holmes, have you ever seen anyone more attractive than our host's wife? I must say that Lady Ashley is really the finest type of English beauty.
Sometimes, Watson, I envy the directness of your mind.
What do you mean?
When you look at a beautiful woman, you see only beauty.
What on earth would you expect me to see?
In the case of Lady Ashley, my dear fellow, I notice her elderly husband, her many gallant admirers, and I think, what a motive for murder.
Oh, really, Holmes?
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I trust our guest of honor is enjoying himself.
Very much indeed, Lady Ashley.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, may I introduce a very dear friend, Monsieur Jacques Merivale, who has known me more years than I care to remember.
How do you do?
Yes, I think I can claim to be Lady Ashley's most devoted cavalier, having first made her acquaintance when she was just over 2 hours old. She wept bitterly the moment she saw me.
But I've been trying to make up to him for it ever since.
During the time we're in Paris, Monsieur Marigot, I've been promising myself the pleasure of a visit to your famous music shop.
I should be honored, Monsieur Holmes. I've heard, of course, that you play the violin.
Merely as the veriest amateur. Incidentally, I'm looking forward eagerly to hearing Monsieur Drenko play this evening, Lady Ashley. I was unfortunately out of London during the only recital he gave this season.
He's a great artist.
Yes, he comes from one of those little countries down the right-hand corner of the map, doesn't he? I've always heard the fellow's a bit of a bounder.
You have an opportunity to judge at once, Watson. Our host is approaching with the gentleman in question in tow.
Holmes, there you are. Monsieur Drenko's been asking to meet you. Monsieur Drenko, Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson.
How do you do?
Hubert, if you'll excuse me, I must see to our other guests. Until later, Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson.
Oh, yes, indeed, of course.
Dr. Watson and I are looking forward to hearing you play, Monsieur Drenko.
I always enjoy an appreciative audience. Tell me, Mr. Holmes, might I speak to you alone for a moment?
Come along, Marivaux. You promised me your opinion on that 83 champagne.
No, it's a sound business, but...
Well, Monsieur Drenko?
I said alone, Mr. Holmes.
I have no secrets from Dr. Watson.
Very well, then. It so happens that I find myself in a slight predicament. I thought that with all your experience, you might advise me.
As a social favor, Mr. Drenko? Gladly. If, of course, you would like to come to tea at my hotel tomorrow and bring your violin to entertain my guests.
I beg your pardon. Oh. I understand, Mr. Holmes. We professionals must each respect the other's métier, must we not?
It would be preferable.
Yes, I told you what sort of fellow he was.
Nevertheless, Mr. Holmes, I still ask for your advice, and I will expect to pay the customary fee. You see, I find myself a trifle involved. Only a harmless flirtation, of course, but I did write 1 or 2 indiscreet letters to one of the girls at Maxim's. Now the greedy little thing threatens blackmail.
Hardly an unusual situation, Mr. Drenko.
For myself, for my reputation, I do not care, you understand. An artist is an artist. But there is my wife at home. I must think of her, naturally.
Yes, thinking of her trifle late, aren't you, old man?
So you can see that there might be unpleasant results if Frou-Frou were to...
Frou-Frou of Maxim's?
You know her.
We're not unacquainted with the young person, Holmes.
From my rather brief acquaintance with her, I think the matter may be settled rather simply.
Well, I shall be happy if you will handle the affair.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Monsieur Drenko, whom we're all very happy to welcome here this evening, will now give us the pleasure of his incomparable music.
You are, gentlemen. Mademoiselle Frou-Frou's dressing room, right here.
Oh, Papa.
I say, Holmes, did you notice that girl we just passed? The one wearing just those little thingamajigs?
Quite. I also noticed, Watson, that backstage at Maxim seems to be one place where you not only see, but also observe very closely.
Oh, hello, Monsieur Holmes.
Good evening.
I have not expected to see you and that cute little Dr. Watson again so soon. But perhaps this time it is pleasure, huh? Not business?
I'm afraid not, Mademoiselle Frou-Frou.
Mademoiselle Frou-Frou, it was only because I thought the gentleman we have agreed to refer to as Mr. Edwards was at least as culpable as you that I persuaded the French police not to prosecute you in that matter of his mother's jewels.
No, but Monsieur Holmes, that didn't matter. We have settled it, have we not?
The charge is still pending, Mademoiselle, and that a word from me could be followed up.
But why should you?
I also happen to know that the Marsovian embassy is most curious regarding the attraction which brings Prince Danilo so frequently to Paris. That also does not concern me at the moment, assuming, of course, that you will return at once all the letters that were written to you by Monsieur Drenko, and that you cease from molesting him any more.
Oh, je comprends très bien, I see. Well, Monsieur Holmes, since you have put it so convincingly, I am rather tired of listening to a soulfully played violin. Monsieur Drenko may have his letters back. Here they are.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I knew you were a sensible girl. Good night.
Bonsoir, merci. Si jamais je vous reviens tôt, ce sera trop tôt, je vous l'assure.
And now what?
And now for a good night's rest. And in the morning we can report to Mr. Drenko the satisfactory solution of what was perhaps our simplest problem.
I hope you charge him a stiff fee, Holmes. I still say that fellow's a bounder.
Good morning. I think Monsieur Drenko is expecting us. Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson. What's the number of his room, please?
Click. Send a message to the police. Oh, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Marigold, what's the matter?
Drenko.
We were on our way up to see him.
He's dead. Killed himself.
What? Good heavens.
Come, Marigold. Take us up to his room.
The man's been dead for more than half an hour, Holmes. Closer to an hour, I should say.
I see. Marigold, would you please ask that chap we passed, the one who was painting the hall, to step in here for a moment?
But of course.
Curious. I wonder what could have been Drenko's motive in committing suicide.
Here is the panther, Monsieur Holmes.
Ah, yes. Tell me, have you been working there all morning?
Oui, monsieur, ever since 8 o'clock.
For over 2 hours, in other words. And were you working constantly in sight of this door?
Absolutely, monsieur. I heard the gentleman in here practicing the violin for a while, but he stopped almost an hour
That
ago.
puts the time of death to just about what I thought, Holmes.
And you saw no one enter or leave this room during the entire time?
No one? Oh, except 5 minutes ago, this gentleman went into the room. A few seconds later, came running out, calling for the police.
Thank you. Your statement has been very clear. You may go now, but better not leave the hotel. No doubt the police will want to question you.
Très bien, monsieur.
I have never had such a shock in my life, Monsieur Holmes. I came up to deliver a new violin that Drenko had ordered. And when I opened the floor and saw him lying there with his face all twisted up in agony...
Yes, the common appearance of cyanide poisoning. Not very pretty, I'll admit. You'll note the characteristic odor of bitter almonds, Watson?
Yes, indeed, and here's the empty bottle.
Quite. The poison label on it removes any possibility of accident.
Nobody could possibly have got in or out for the window. The sheer drop of 4 stories to the street.
Look, Monsieur Holmes, this torn piece of paper. I found it here on the desk. It's a suicide note.
Evidently written under the stress of considerable emotion, to judge from the writing. It is intolerable. I utterly refuse to endure it any longer. Signed, Mikhail Drenko.
It's his handwriting, Monsieur Holmes. I swear to it.
Yes. Unquestionably the perfect setting for suicide.
No doubt about it.
Well, Monsieur Holmes, a pleasure to meet you again, even under such unfortunate circumstances.
How are you, Inspector Bernard?
Nice to see you again, my dear fellow.
Oh, thank you.
Dr. Watson and I have been carrying on for you until your arrival.
Oh, thank you. And may I pick your brains to ask what you have learned?
Marivaux here discovered the body only a few minutes ago when he arrived to deliver a violin Drenko had ordered. The painter you'll find out in the hall has had the room under observation all morning and will assure you that no one else entered or left it.
The fellow stopped practicing about an hour before. Sets the time of death pretty accurately. Here's his suicide note, Inspector. I'm afraid we're presenting you with rather an open and shut case.
Oh, well, Dr. Watson, a hard-working officer like myself welcomes the absence of any mystery.
And here's the violin that Drenko was practicing on.
Let me see it, Watson. Odd. Very odd indeed.
You mean odd that Drenko should be practicing the violin until just before he killed himself?
No, Inspector. That fact by itself would merely be singular. But listen to the violin on which he was practicing.
Sounds all right to me.
I confess, Monsieur Holmes, that I find no mystery in a man playing the violin just before he kills himself.
Perhaps, Inspector, you may then be able to explain why a world-famous violinist like Drenko should do his practicing on a violin that is most unmistakably out of tune.
How should I know what a man would do just before he commits suicide?
Suicide? This isn't suicide, Inspector. This is murder.
Now, Dr. Watson, what happened in that hotel room when Sherlock Holmes told Inspector Bernard that Drenko, the violinist, had been murdered and had not committed suicide?
Well, naturally, Inspector Bernard was rather surprised. As a matter of fact, it seemed to me that he was a bit hussy about it.
But, Monsieur Holmes, you cannot fly in the face of all the evidence we see before us. The bottle of poison, clearly labeled. The suicide note, unquestionably in his own handwriting. Dr. Watson's medical evidence that the man had been dead at least an hour. And the final confirmation of the man painting in the hall who tells us that no one entered or left this room until a few minutes ago. And against all this, Mr. Holmes, what have you to offer? A violin that is out of tune. Zut alors.
Nevertheless, Inspector, it is the crux of the entire case.
But, Holmes, how can you tell what a fellow like Drenko would have done?
I can assure you, Watson, that he would have done almost anything in the world except practice on this violin. No, Inspector, this was murder. I'll stake my reputation on it.
It is only your reputation, Monsieur Holmes, that makes me hesitate at all.
Give me 24 hours in which to establish how this murder was done and who did it.
Since it is you who ask it, Monsieur Holmes, very well.
Thank you. Come, Watson. We have some busy hours ahead of us. Good day, gentlemen.
Where are we off to now in such a hurry, Holmes?
The British Embassy.
The Embassy? Well, why on earth?
You evidently failed to notice during last night's reception that Lady Ashley left us very abruptly the moment Drenko joined our party. Her manner to him verged on rudeness, and that's so unlike Lady Ashley that I feel that an inquiry in that quarter may bear interesting fruit.
Mr. Holmes, the purpose behind this unexpected visit?
In just a moment, Sir Hubert. I'd like to have Lady Ashley present
Yes,
when I...
Hubert? My maid said you wanted to see... Why, Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson. I didn't know you were here.
I'm afraid our visit concerns a professional matter, Lady Ashley. You see, Dr. Watson and I have just come from the room of the late Monsieur Drenko.
The late Monsieur Drenko? I don't understand.
Drenko has been murdered, Lady Ashley. Quick, Watson, catch her.
It's quite all right. Nothing but a faint. She was just ringing for your wife's maid, Sir Hubert.
Yes, I guess it was.
I must say, Holmes, you certainly broke the news rather brutally. She took it very hard.
Nonsense, Watson. What caused her to faint was relief. That was my object. I had to find out what her reaction would be.
Here, Annette. You and Mary help Lady Ashley up to her room. Put her to bed.
Just keep her quiet, please. And a cup of hot tea will do her no harm when she comes round.
And now, gentlemen, if you'll excuse me.
I'm sorry, Sir Hubert, but I must ask you to remain here with us for a few moments.
I don't understand that.
Sir Hubert, Lady Ashley's reaction to the news of Drenko's death was a good deal more pronounced than might be expected in the circumstances.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're trying to insinuate.
I insinuate nothing. I merely state facts. Would you prefer that I question her, or will you tell me what lies behind all this?
Very well, Mr. Holmes. But I should like to spare my wife as much as possible.
My only interest is in any light that she might be able to shed on the matter.
Miss Cynthia is a very young and very beautiful woman. Before we were married, she had, well, how shall I put it, fallen under the spell of this man, Drenko. Well, I've asked her no questions, but I know that he continued to have some strange hold over her. I had the impression that she hated seeing him and that he was forcing his presence on her on those occasions when he came as a guest in my house.
I still don't believe anyone killed the fellow, but if someone did, it sounds like a good riddance.
Unfortunately, Watson, we are not concerned with the equities of the murder, but with its solution. Thank you, Sir Hubert. You've been extremely helpful.
Well, justice must be done, Mr. Holmes. But if ever I wished that your great powers might fail, it is now. I have no hesitation whatsoever in saying that I'm infinitely grateful to the murder of that swine Drenko.
Mr. Holmes, will you join me in a cup of tea?
No tea, thanks. I'm rather trusting to the inspiration of music to assist me in resolving some of the more puzzling features of this case.
Oh, at least you can't complain of a scarcity of suspects. First of all, Sir Hubert, for obvious reasons. Possibly Lady Ashley. Great Scott, Holmes.
What's the matter? Tea too hot?
No, but have you thought of the possibility that Frou might have killed Drenko? After all, she might have been madly in love with him.
The possibility had occurred to me, but I discarded it.
Oh, discarded it. By Jove, look at this glass here on the table. It's positively vibrating from that high note.
A not uncommon phenomenon. As you must know, certain objects vibrate in harmony with certain notes. Watson, get your coat. We promised to pay a visit to Marivaux's shop. I think this would be an ideal time to discharge that obligation.
Dingy little place, I must say. Founded 1821, eh? Looks as though they hadn't washed the windows since.
But full of priceless treasures. As Marlowe said, infinite riches in a little room.
I say, where's Marivaux? I don't like the looks of that customer over there. The one with that bushy black beard and theatrical cloak. He looks like one of those bomb-throwing fellows. What you call them, nihilist.
You must remember, Watson, that music appeals to oddly assorted people.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Moriarty, after all, knows no fear in his interpretation of certain of the Bach fugues.
Well, Mrs. Holmes and Dr. Watson. Or is this other gentleman waiting? No. I'm in no hurry.
It's no wonder the fame of your shop is worldwide, Monsieur Marivaux. I see you have some remarkable instruments.
You say about you the fruits of a lifetime of devotion to the violin. I must confess, Monsieur Holmes, that it pains me every time I sell one of my treasures.
I can well believe it.
And have you made any further progress toward a solution of Drenko's death?
I feel safe in saying that my investigation has gleaned a few pertinent facts.
Would it be indiscreet for me to ask what they are?
Not at all. You yourself were present when I made the curious discovery regarding Drenko's violin being out of tune. And only a short time ago, while I happened to be playing my violin, Dr. Watson made a remark which threw further light on the case. Didn't you, Watson?
Huh? Oh, yes, of course, yes.
I don't know what kind of a violin you possess, Monsieur Holmes, but I'm sure you will appreciate one magnificent example that I'd like you to try. A Guarnarius, the equal of any Strad I've ever seen.
I'm afraid it would be far beyond the reach of my purse.
But you at least owe yourself the pleasure, the great experience of playing it. Here it is. Isn't it beautiful?
Exquisite. If the tone's as mellow as that varnish...
Oh, but of course. Why don't you take it into my private office and try it? No one will disturb you here.
Thank you. I've never had the good fortune to test the Guarnarius.
Dr. Watson, while Monsieur Holmes is amusing himself, perhaps you'd be interested in some of these bows?
Bows? Oh, yes. Horsehair thingamajiggies, don't they?
There's more to it than that. There is only one family in all Italy, Dr. Watson, that possesses the secret of making a ball like this one.
Oh, it's all very fascinating, Mr. Marlowe, but Holmes must have made up his mind if he likes that fiddle by now. I know he wants to ask you some questions, and I thought that... Good heavens, what? He's lying on the floor. He must have fainted. Holmes!
I'm afraid he's dead. Quick, Dr. Watson, go for the police.
And give you a chance to plant a bottle of cyanide by my side? Oh, no. Watson, stay here and listen to Marivaux confess how he murdered Drenko.
You're alive.
No, thanks to you. I took the trouble to dissect the violin you gave me, and then played one of the others here to lure you in.
He killed Drenko, but the suicide note.
Elementary, my dear Watson. I would hazard a guess that it was torn from the end of a letter to Marivaux referring to an unsatisfactory instrument, which was intolerable and which he couldn't endure any longer.
Holmes, Marivaux was nowhere near Drenko when he died.
Marivaux had left a very oddly constructed violin with Drenko, presumably last night, knowing that it was Drenko's habit to practice each morning from 8 till 10. Inside the violin, in place of a soundbar, Marivaux had put a thin glass vial containing cyanogen, the lethal gas which is identical in odor and effects with the cyanide.
Good heavens!
When Drenko reached the proper high note, the extremely thin glass vial cracked under the impact of the sympathetic vibrations, releasing the deadly fumes through the F-holes in the violin.
And the violin that Marivaux was delivering to Drenko when he discovered the corpse...
Precisely, Watson. He merely left that one by the body, planted the note, and carried off the fatal weapon and all proof of the crime in his now empty case. He made only one error. He neglected to tune the violin he left.
Amazing, Holmes.
Listen very patiently, Monsieur Holmes, to your ingenious and utterly imaginary reconstruction. I suppose you can furnish a motive, too?
I'd prefer to spare Lady Ashley the audio, Marivaux. But I have no doubt that it was in you she confided that Drenko had been blackmailing her on the strength of their earlier romance.
But to convict a man of murder, you need something more than words. You need proof.
You seem to be overlooking this dissected violin on your desk, with which you attempted to murder me. I fancy that the sample of your handiwork with the vial of gas affixed therein will offer ample proof that...
You'll never send me to the guillotine. I'll kill myself first. But I'm going to take you...
Drop that vial, Marivaux.
Precisely what I intend to do. Drop it, then release the fumes that will put a speedy end to all three of us.
Doctor, it's Marivaux. Give me that vial if you do not want a broken arm. There. That's better.
Good heavens, it's a nihilist. I'm in Inspector Bernard.
As you noticed when you commented on his beard and cloak, Watson, the inspector's tastes in disguise are a trifle flamboyant.
Come now, Mr. Holmes, I must extend my thanks to you on behalf of the Sûreté.
Not at all, Inspector. Your promptness in acting in response to my message undoubtedly saved Watson's life and mine. Thank you.
Oh, no, Mr. Holmes. Thank you.
Oh, very well. Have it your way, Inspector.
Now, Marivaux, come along for
Phew, I say it's rather too close a shave to suit me, Holmes. I say that fellow Marivaux was very ingenious.
Quite. You know, Watson, I have one bitter regret concerning this case.
Regret?
I find that I have, despite all my protests, ended by acting for Drenko without a fee after all.
Now, Dr. Watson, what about next week?
Well, now, let me see. Next week, I think I'll tell you about the adventure of the Sally Martin.
The Sally Martin?
She was a boat, Mr. Bell. A luxurious yacht. Holmes and I entered the case when her owner was found lying dead in his bunk with a knife stuck between his ribs.
Now, once again, it's time to keep our weekly appointment with that incomparable host and storyteller, Dr. Watson. I'm sure he's expecting us.
Of course I am, Mr. Bell. So come in, draw up your usual chair, and make yourself comfortable. That's it.
Thank you, Dr. Watson. What story are you planning to tell us tonight?
Quite an exciting one, I think. The only relic I have of it is this rather mildewed piece of paper. I came across it just before you arrived as I was going over my notes on the case.
Well, this doesn't look very exciting. It's a hotel bill, and all it says is board and lodging for 1 week, 28 shillings and sixpence. Then there's an extra item, 1 pint of ale not paid for, 5 pence.
And yet that extra pint of ale was ordered at the very moment when Sherlock Holmes and I entered into one of the weirdest experiences we ever had. I call it the adventure of the Sally Martin. The story began many years ago in the tiny fishing village of Kingsgate on the Kentish coast. At my insistence, Sherlock Holmes had agreed to take a much-needed holiday, and we were staying for a few days at a small seaside inn known as the Silver Dolphin. The adventure began, I remember, on a foggy, bitterly cold evening. Holmes and I, after a hearty dinner, were seated in the public bar of the inn talking to a garrulous old sailor. Little did we think that even in that peaceful village, dark tragedy was stalking us. Tragedy that very soon was to be brought to our attention.
Here you are, Albert. Another pint.
Thank you kindly, sir. Here's your very good health,
Oh,
gentlemen.
an amazing capacity. That's the fifth. I can't think where he puts it.
I see no mystery there, Watson. Go on with your story, Albert. You just reached the point where the shark had turned on you.
Well, gentlemen, I acts on the rail and dives into that raging sea. Pulls out me knife.
Oh, really? Where did you get the knife? I thought you said that you'd lost your clothes in the hurricane.
Stripped to me middle, I was. But I always kept a Bowie knife stuck in me belt.
Oh, really? How uncomfortable.
Well, I see the white belly of the shark turning at me. I let him have it. A rip here, a slash there. Ooh, there was blood all over the place. Never saw such a mess. Storytelling's very dry work, gentlemen.
I'll order you another pint, Albert.
Thank you kindly, sir.
Watson, look who's just come in.
It's our old friend Sergeant Dobson, isn't it?
Yes, and judging by his expression, the local representative of the law has serious business on his mind. Good evening, Sergeant.
Good evening, Mr. Holmes. Evening, Dr. Watson.
How are you, Dobson?
Can I have a word with you, private-like?
Of course you can.
Oh, I beg pardon, sir, but you did say something about buying me another pint.
Don't worry, Albert. We'll have it sent over for you.
Please give Albert another pint, Annie. Put it on my bill.
Right you are, Mr. Holmes.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind stepping into the private bar, gentlemen.
Very well. Now, Sergeant, sit down and tell us what's on your mind.
Murder, Mr. Holmes.
Great Scott. Who? Where?
Well, have you gentlemen noticed the fancy sailing boat that's been moored out in the cove this past week?
Yes. I was informed that it was owned by George Byron, the Lancashire cotton manufacturer.
That's correct, sir. The boat's named the Sally Martin. And right at this moment, Mr. Byron's lying there in his cabin with a knife in his ribs, deader than a boiled mackerel.
Good gracious me.
I rowed ashore to send a telegram to the police at Canterbury, but I left a constable to guard the people aboard.
Good.
I'm going back now to conduct my investigation. But the Canterbury police can't be here before morning, and I was hoping that
we'd help you, Sergeant?
Well, sir, a case like this is a little outside of my experience.
All right, just a minute, Dobson. Mr. Holmes is still a sick man. It's cold out and foggy. As his doctor, I forbid...
Rubbish. How can I stay here in the inn while a murder lies waiting to be solved less than a mile away? Come, Watson. The game's afoot.
How much further is it, Sergeant?
About a quarter of a mile,
Well,
sir.
if we don't get there soon, I won't answer for the consequences. I'm a rotten sailor.
Cheer up, Watson. In the meanwhile, Sergeant, suppose you give me as many facts as possible. How many people are aboard the Sally Martin?
Well, there's 3 passengers, Mr. Holmes, and 2 in the crew.
Well, let's have the passengers first.
Well, there's Mrs. Byron, the dead man's wife. A lot younger than him, she is, and she looks a bit on the flighty side, if you ask me, even though she was having a proper fit of hysterics, like. And then there's Clarence Byron, the dead man's brother.
And what opinion did you form as to his character?
Well, sir, you understand I didn't talk to him much, but he acted cool as a cucumber, just as if murder didn't mean a thing to him.
And the third passenger?
Well, he's a young fella by the name of Hodgson, secretary to the dead man. Very nicely spoken gentleman he is, but it seemed to me as if Mrs. Byron had quite an eye for him, even through her tears. That's why I said she seemed flighty-like.
You're very observant, Sergeant.
Oh, it's just training, sir.
How about the 2 crew members?
Well, there's Captain Small. He seemed perfectly above board, and a man by the name of Coggins. Arthur Coggins. He's a deckhand, and a mighty surly one at that. He gave me quite a bit of back chat when I questioned him.
Holmes, how much further is it?
Barely 100 yards, old chap.
Oh, I feel awful. Do hurry up.
Move over, Sergeant. Let me take an oar.
There's the murdered man, Mr. Holmes. That's just how we found him.
Very illuminating.
Look at that murderous knife. It's buried to the hilt in his chest.
Yes, but more interesting than the knife at the moment is the tableau presented in this cabin. What story does it tell you, Watson?
Very simple story. Somebody opened the cabin door, came in, and stabbed him.
Oh, come now. Surely our years together have made you a little more perceptive than that.
I don't see what you're driving at.
Well, for one thing, in his right hand is an open book.
Oh, been reading?
Yes, and the sergeant has told us that the oil lantern beside his bunk was still burning when the body was found.
Well, that's right, Mr. Holmes.
There's no sign of a struggle. The bedclothes aren't even rumpled. No cry for help was heard. So let us reconstruct the scene. Mr. Byron was lying in his bunk, reading, as you observed, Watson.
Oh, quite easy.
The door opens. The murderer comes in, the knife hidden in his or her clothing. The victim has no suspicion of his fate because the murderer was someone who could enter his cabin at will. And suddenly, the fatal blow is struck.
Then it must have been one of the 3 passengers.
I think we may reasonably include the captain. The master of a schooner surely would have the ability to enter his employer's cabin without creating suspicion.
Oh, you're right, Mr. Holmes.
I think we've seen enough here, Sergeant. Where are the passengers?
In their cabin, sir. I told them to wait there until they were sent for. The main saloon's empty. You could see them in there nice and private-like.
Splendid. Then let's go there at once.
There, Mrs. Byron. My friend's only trying to help you.
Oh, how can he help me? He can't bring poor George back to life again, can he?
No, madam. But at least I can try to find his murderer for you.
He's right, ma'am. So take it easy, like, and answer his questions.
Very well. What do you want to know, Mr. Holmes?
Can you suggest anyone who might have had the motive for murdering your husband?
Oh, 6 men. George made a lot of money. He was a hard businessman. He had many enemies.
But none of his business enemies had an opportunity of killing him tonight.
His biggest enemy, though I never could make him believe it, is on this very boat now. His brother Clarence.
Biggest enemy? His own brother? Oh, come, madam.
It's true. Clarence sponged on him. That's done for years. And ever since I married George, he's tried to be more friendly to me than a brother-in-law should be. Mm-hmm. Just because I was once in the theatre, he seems to think I didn't know how a lady behaves.
Oh, you in the theatre? I wonder if you knew a girl who was Daly's pretty little figure.
Watson, surely this is no time for your theatrical reminiscences.
Oh,
Mrs. Byron, are you familiar with the terms of your husband's will?
Everything he has comes to me.
Huh?
Well, that's perfectly natural, isn't it?
Perfectly. But in that case, your brother-in-law would hardly seem to profit from your husband's death.
I don't know what you're suggesting, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Do you think I stabbed him? I wouldn't have had the strength.
Mrs. Byron, I suggested nothing. But I'm interested to notice that you answer your questions as well as ask them.
Well, I'm not staying here to answer any more questions, Mr. Holmes. I'm going back to my cabin. If you want me, that's where you'll find me.
No, wait a minute, ma'am.
Let her go, Sergeant. And please ask Mr. Hodgson, the secretary, to come in here.
Just as you say.
Upon the soul, she's a fine little thing, isn't she? That's attractive, too. What do you make of her, Holmes?
It's hard to say. If one wished to adduce motive, it would be easy.
Well, she must be 25 years younger than her husband, and a fortune coming to her. It is death, eh?
Precisely. And despite her own statement, a woman would have the strength to stab an unsuspecting man to death.
Here's Mr. Hodgson, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant. Please sit down, Mr. Hodgson.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. This is a shocking business.
It is indeed, my boy.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Any questions you like.
When did you last see your employer tonight?
Shortly after dinner, Mr. Holmes. He was taking a turn round the deck. We chatted for a few minutes, and then I went to my cabin and retired. It was about 9:30 or 9:45.
You heard no cry for help? No shout in the night?
No, none. The first I knew of the tragedy was when the captain awakened me.
Can you suggest who might have had a motive for his murder?
Mr. Holmes, that's a little hard to answer.
Come now, Mr. Hodgson. Don't hold anything back. You'll have to talk in a court of law, you know.
Yes, I suppose so. Well, gentlemen, in my capacity as secretary, I did know that my employer's brother, Clarence, has been borrowing heavily. Only yesterday morning I was compelled to draw my employer's attention to an irregularity in the monthly bank statement. A £500 check had been drawn. The signature was a forgery.
And you think that Clarence Byron committed that forgery?
Yes, I do, sir. And so did my employer. The two brothers had a terrible row about it.
Sergeant, will you be good enough to ask Mr. Clarence Byron to come here, please?
Right you are, Mr. Holmes.
One very personal question, Mr. Hodgson. Was the relationship between you and your employer's wife a purely social one?
As a matter of fact, Mrs. Byron has been very kind to me.
Oh, really?
My family are dead, and she's taken an interest in me. But I give you my word that it's been purely platonic.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes, Sergeant Dobson?
Mr. Clarence Byron's lying in his bunk, sir. He says he can't come here. He's got a heart attack.
A heart attack? That's rather convenient, Holmes?
Yes, Watson. And it's also convenient that there's a doctor aboard. Let's go and see him, shall we?
Do you feel any better, Mr. Byron?
Yes. Yes, I do, Doctor. That injection you gave me helped. It was digitalis, I suppose.
No, it wasn't. Holmes' heart's perfectly sound. He was simulating an attack.
So I gathered. Since an injection of plain water apparently gave him immediate relief. Plain water?
Yes, your heartbeat was full and regular, and your color normal. So I decided to try an experiment.
And a very successful one. Why did you pretend to have a heart attack, Mr. Byron?
I wasn't pretending. I do have a bad heart.
That I don't doubt. Only a bad heart could prompt you to swindle your brother and then murder him.
I didn't murder him. Though, I can tell you who did.
Oh? You are very eager to shift suspicion, Mr. Byron. Who, in your opinion, murdered your brother?
That deckhand, Arthur Coggins. Only a few days ago he threatened my brother's life.
You heard him make the threat?
Yes, I did. It was his second day aboard. It was early in the morning. And I was strolling on deck when I came on this man Coggins, who was standing by the mainmast, practicing throwing a knife. You're pretty handy with a knife, Coggins.
What's that?
I said you're pretty handy with a knife.
Yes. I know how to use a knife.
Do you think you're going to like being on this ship?
No. Not if I don't get treated like a human being. Just yesterday the owner yells out to me, "Here, you, whatever your name is, treating me like dirt. Whatever your name is. Can't he find out my name? I'm as good as he is." One of these dark nights he'll get what's coming to him.
That's what he said, Mr. Holmes. And he looked as if he meant business.
He's an expert with a knife, you say. Holmes, do you think it's possible that Coggins threw the knife through a porthole into the dead man's cabin?
Yes, Watson, it's possible. Your story was interesting, Mr. Byron, though, of course, entirely uncorroborated. I think we'll go and talk to the captain and see if he can supplement your information.
Well, Mr. Holmes, I can't answer for the passengers. That's no business of mine.
I appreciate that, Captain Small. But you'll answer for your crew, no doubt.
That I will, sir. And this man Coggins is a no good if ever I saw one. Insubordinate, surly, always talking about how he's as good and better than those who employ him.
Then why did you engage him, Captain?
I didn't, sir. That was arranged by my employer, Mr. George Byron. If I had my way, Coggins would have gone back ashore the first day he stepped aboard.
Where is...
Great Scott! Is that a revolver shot?
Oh, it sounded like it. And it came from the forecastle.
Mr. Holmes! Mr. Holmes!
This way, Sergeant.
Good heavens!
Why, it's Coggins.
With a smoking revolver in his right hand. He's committed suicide.
Yes. Very convincing, isn't it? His head is sprawled on a piece of foolscap. A confession note, no doubt.
Yes, it is. Look at this. I killed him, and with my record, I knew you'd catch me, so I took the quick way out. Case is solved, Holmes.
On the contrary, Watson, it's becoming more involved. If you look closely, you will realize that we now have 2 murders to solve instead of 1. And somewhere on this boat, a murderer is still at large, and may strike a 3rd time.
So, Dr. Watson, the apparent suicide turned out to be another of the murderer's victims.
Yes, Mr. Bell. Holmes at once sent Sergeant Dobson to check the passengers while the 3 of us stood in that tiny cabin, an oil lamp swinging above us and shedding a strange glow on the macabre scene. I asked him why he was so positive that it wasn't suicide.
You will notice, Watson, that the revolver is in Coggins' right hand.
Yes, Holmes, I don't see what...
Then ignore the right hand and observe the left. A deckhand is accustomed to hard manual labor. Notice the calluses on his left hand and the freedom from them on the right.
By Jove, He was left-handed.
Yes, he was, Mr. Holmes. I've noticed him at work.
Again, you'll observe the shot entered his head from behind the right ear. A remarkable feat of dexterity for a left-handed man.
And the murderer had the note ready, shot Coggins from behind, but made the mistake of placing the revolver in the wrong hand.
Precisely. But this note, obviously in disguised writing, poses another problem. What does the phrase, "and with my record, I knew you'd catch me," mean?
He must have had a police record.
But why volunteer the information? I wonder if the murderer had a reason. Captain, you said that Coggins was engaged by Mr. George Byron.
Well, sir, he told me about the new man, but I don't know that he interviewed him personally.
Where was he engaged?
At the Seamen's Hostel here in the village.
Well, what are you getting at, Holmes?
Surely it's obvious, Watson. If this man Coggins had a police record, his murderer might have deliberately placed him on this boat knowing he would be suspected. Yes, it's possible. But the question is, who engaged him? Well, Sergeant?
All three of them in their cabins, Mr. Holmes, and swore they hadn't left them.
And yet we know that one of them must have slipped down here and shot Coggins.
Lock them in their cabin, Sergeant. Keep good watch on them. Dr. Watson and I are going ashore.
Ashore? Why, Holmes, when the murderer's here on this boat?
Because I'm convinced that the clue to his identity lies waiting for us at the Seamen's Hostel. Where is the place, Sergeant? And who runs it?
Old Ma Jenkins. It's the house just next to the Red Lion on the quayside.
Splendid. Watson, we're taking this note and rowing ashore.
Another trip in that filthy rowing boat? Must we, Holmes?
It's a fine time of night to root a respectable woman out of a warm bed, I must say, and no mistake.
But, Mrs. Jenkins...
Call me Ma. Everyone calls me Ma.
Very well. We've come to you because you're the one person who can help solve 2 murders that took place on the Sally Martin tonight.
Murder? Come into me parlor. I'll light the lamp. There. Now, what's this you say happened aboard the Sally Martin?
The owner, Mr. Byron, was stabbed to death about 10 o'clock tonight. Later on, a seaman by the name of Arthur Coggins was killed, too.
Arthur was killed?
You knew this man, Arthur Coggins?
Of course I knew. Over a year he's been staying with me. He couldn't get a ship because of his record.
What record was that?
He brought his ship's papers to me. They all do when they're out of a berth. The last ship he was on 2 years ago it was, he got mixed up in a knife fight.
Oh, did he?
Alaska was killed and Arthur arrested. They couldn't prove he was guilty, but he hasn't had a berth since because it was written in his papers.
That fits into your theory, Holmes. The murderer engaged him deliberately, knowing his record.
Exactly. Mrs. Ma.
That's me.
Do you recall the name of the man who interviewed Coggins?
No.
The man who engaged him for the Sally Martin?
No. But it's here in my book. It's the last entry I made. Here it is.
Clarence Byron.
The brother. There's our man, Holmes.
Could you describe the appearance of Mr. Byron, Ma?
No, I can't say I remember much about him. He was all muddled up. He was a nice-spoken gentleman, though.
You can recall no clue to his identity? It's worth a sovereign to you if you can.
A sovereign? Well, let me think. Yes, there's one thing I do remember. He had a gold signet ring on his right hand.
Splendid, Ma. Watson, the case is solved.
Of course it is. Clarence is the man.
May I congratulate you on your powers of observation, Watson. Ma, here are 2 sovereigns for you.
2? But
the extra one is for the privilege of borrowing this registry book of yours for a few hours.
No.
I'm taking it back to the Sally Martin with us so that we may compare the handwriting in it with that of a murderer.
But this is ridiculous, Mr. Holmes. Why should you ask Clarence to sign his name?
Bear with me a few moments longer, Mrs. Byron, and you'll see why.
Blessed if I know what you're up to, Mr. Holmes.
A little patience, Sergeant, and you'll see, too.
Have you any objection to signing your name, Mr. Byron?
I suppose not, though I'm just as confused as the rest of them. There.
Thank you. And now, Mr. Hodgson, I wonder if you'd mind helping us.
Of course not, Mr. Holmes. What can I do?
You saw a forged check. I wonder if you'd try and imitate the signature that Mr. Clarence Byron has just written.
Mr. Byron's signature?
Yes, his writing is extremely individual, but I think you could help prove that under certain circumstances it can be elastic. See how nearly you can imitate it. I think it'll help us to prove that he murdered his brother.
Clarence, you did murder George. I knew it.
Mabel, you're out of your mind.
Will you copy his signature, Mr. Hodgson?
Of course, if you think it'll help you.
Holmes, look.
Hodgson. Sign, please, Mr. Hodgson.
Clarence Byron.
There. Thank you. That's a remarkably fine gold signet ring you're wearing, Mr. Hodgson.
Thank you.
Watson, give me Ma Jenkins' register book.
There you are, Holmes.
Sergeant, I want you to compare the signature in this book with that which Mr. Hodgson has just given us. I think you'll agree that they're both written by the same man.
They are. Well, blow me down.
So he forged Clarence's signature.
Exactly. He is quite a specialist in handwriting.
Albert, you didn't kill him. You couldn't have done it.
It's no good, Mabel, and you know it as well as I do. You knew what I was up to. You helped me. You suggested that I use Clarence's name.
That's a lie.
A lie or not, Sergeant, I suggest you take out your notebook. They're talking in front of witnesses, so make the most of the fact. The sun's coming up, Watson.
Yes, the sea's calmer, Holmes.
A very satisfactory start to a new day. The confessed murderer and his accomplice, both of them safely in the care of the police.
Yes, I was convinced, until we found him murdered, that Coggins, the deckhand, was the guilty party.
Exactly what you were meant to think.
I thought that, as he was an expert knife thrower, he could have thrown one through a porthole into a dead man's cabin.
No, Watson. Both portholes were at the head of the bunk. But the knife wound was from the underside of the heart and upwards. It would have been impossible to have thrown the knife through a porthole at such an angle.
Yes, I can see it all now. Young Hodgson, coveting his employer's wife, planned a knife murder and then engaged Coggins, knowing that with his record, he'd be the logical suspect.
Yes, but like so many murderers, he tried to be too clever. He left enough clues to hang himself half a dozen times
Why
over.
did Clarence pretend to have that heart attack?
The nervousness of a person who knows himself to be under suspicion. A futile attempt to escape interrogation.
Well, I'm glad it's all over. I'm exhausted and I'm frozen, and I'm delighted to think that this is my last trip in this horrible rowing boat.
Whereas I'm feeling very stimulated, and in a distinctly altruistic mood.
Altruistic? What do you mean, Holmes?
If you'll observe the flurry of excitement at the quayside, the figures in blue serge that are at this moment embarking in boats, you'll realize that the police from Canterbury have just arrived.
I still don't see how altruism comes into the picture.
I intend to claim no credit in the solution of this crime. And in consequence, I see little reason why our old friend Sergeant Dobson should not very soon be known as Inspector Dobson.
Now, Dr. Watson, what about next week?
Well, now let me see. Next week, I think I'll tell you how Holmes solved a murder with only one clue: the depth to which the parsley had sunk in the butter on a hot summer's day. I call this bizarre adventure The Strange Death of Mrs. Abernathy.
Tonight's new Sherlock Holmes adventure was suggested by an incident in Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's story, The Reigate Puzzle. Nigel Bruce appeared by permission of California Pictures. Tom Conway through the courtesy of Eagle Lion Pictures. This is Joseph Bell speaking for Kreml Hair Tonic and Kreml Shampoo, and inviting you to be with us next week at this same time when Dr. Watson will tell us about the strange death of Mrs. Abernathy. Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Good evening, Mr. Bell.
Well, are you all set for tonight's new Sherlock Holmes adventure?
Yes, my boy, I'm all set, as you put it. I was looking over my notes on the case before you arrived, and I came across this. It played an extremely prominent part in tonight's story.
Well, what is it, Dr. Watson? It looks like a dried leaf of some kind.
In its younger days, Mr. Bell, it was a sprightly sprig of parsley.
Dr. Watson, I know you have the habit of collecting odd mementos from your cases, but a sprig of parsley.
And yet, my boy, this withered piece of greenery enabled Sherlock Holmes to solve one of the most diabolical murders that we ever encountered. The strange death of Mrs. Abernathy. Well, Mr. Bell, at the time I'm talking about, this parsley, just like myself, was a great deal younger. But to get on with my story, Holmes had just concluded his amazing investigation in the affair of the Reading bicycle pump murder, and we decided to stay for a few days in the nearby beautiful village of Pangbourne. The weather was surprisingly generous for an English summer, and on our second day, Holmes and I had gone for a stroll along the towpath of the River Thames. Holmes was in an extremely morose mood that day, I remember, as we walked back towards our hotel. The country's beautiful here, Holmes.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Oh, come. Look at the red and grey roofs of the cottages, and the farms peeping out through the trees over there. So peaceful and soothing.
I'm afraid it has the reverse effect on me, Watson. That's the curse of having a mind like mine.
Oh, how do you mean, Holmes?
I observe everything with reference to my own special subject. You look at those scattered houses, and are impressed by their peace and beauty. I look at them and think how easily crime may be committed there.
Good Lord, who'd associate crime with a spot like that?
It's my opinion, Watson, based on experience, that the lowest and vilest alleys in London do not present a more dreadful record of sin than does the smiling countryside.
What a morbid thought.
The reason is obvious. The pressure of public opinion can do in the city what the law cannot accomplish. There's no lane so dark that the scream of a tortured child or the thud of a drunkard's blow does not obtain sympathy and help from some neighbor. But look at these lonely houses. Think of the deeds of hellish cruelty, the hidden wickedness, which may go on year in, year out in such places and no one the wiser.
Upon my soul, Holmes, you're in a particularly depressing mood. Hello. Look at this fellow running towards us. Must be crazy. Imagine galloping along a towpath on a hot day like this.
From his expression, I think we may reasonably assume that he's not doing it for the exercise.
Excuse me, but is one of you gentlemen Dr. Watson?
Yes, sir, I am. And this is Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, how do you do, sir? Mr. Holmes.
How do you do?
My name is Gareth Abernathy. I heard that you were staying in the village. I went to your hotel, and they told me that you'd gone for a walk in this direction.
I presume you need a doctor's help.
Yes, I do. Dr. Watson, I know you're on a holiday, but...
Oh, well, naturally, I'm at your service, sir. What is wrong?
Oh, perhaps we could start walking back to the inn. My horse and trap are there, and I'll tell you about it as we go. My mother's just had a bad heart attack. We live at Holmby Grange, a few miles out of the village. I'd like to drive you out there at once,
but
Doctor.
Surely if you live here, you must have a family doctor.
Well, he's in London for a few days.
I see. Tell me, Mr. Abernathy, what were the symptoms of your mother's heart attack?
Well, she said she was taking her usual nap before lunch. She started to go to sleep and suddenly woke up crying that she was going to die. Said her heart seemed to stop beating entirely for a few moments.
Well, has she had these attacks before?
Well, I can't tell you much about it. The family says that for her age, she's been in very good health. I've been abroad for a few years.
In China, I observe, Mr. Abernathy.
Yes, I went out there as a war correspondent covering the Boxer Rebellion. But how did you know?
The fish that you have tattooed immediately above your right wrist could only have been done in China. That trick of staining the fish's scale a delicate pink is quite peculiar to that country.
That's amazing, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, it's not so amazing as all that. It's just a certain facility for observation, sir. For instance, from what you told me of your mother's symptoms, I should say that her lips are bluish, that she runs out of breath when walking upstairs, and the veins in her cheeks are unusually pronounced.
I begin to think I've met a pair of magicians.
Oh, why?
But you're right, Doctor.
I see I put you on your mettle, Watson. How did you deduce that?
Elementary, my dear Holmes. The symptoms that Mr. Abernathy described were typical of mitral constriction. I shall be delighted to examine your mother and do whatever I can for her.
I'm very grateful, Doctor.
You're in good hands, Mr. Abernathy. Well, Watson, I shall see you later, no doubt. This is one case in which I'm sure you need no help from me.
Dr. Watson, I'm not much of a one for doctors. Stick out your tongue and give me a guinea. That's what most of them say. Well, what's your verdict?
Well, that there's nothing seriously wrong, Mrs. Abernathy. Just take these drops I'm giving you before each meal and you'll be well in no time.
Lizzie.
Yes, ma'am?
You heard what the doctor said. Now try and stop your wool gathering long enough to see that I get those drops.
Yes, ma'am. I won't forget.
You'd forget your own name if the butcher's boy was to ring the bell, though, wouldn't you?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, no.
You can leave the room, Lizzie.
Yes, ma'am.
I think you should rest for a while, Mrs. Abernathy.
Plenty of time for rest at my age, Doctor. Anyway, I want to talk to you privately. That's why I sent Lizzie out of the room. I want you to bring your friend Sherlock Holmes here to lunch tomorrow.
Sherlock Holmes? But how did you know that...
Because he was in the village. There's nothing new in the village or anywhere else going on here that I don't know about, Doctor. Now, will you bring him? I've got something very important to discuss with him.
Really, ma'am, I don't think of the state of your heart that you...
Oh, what was that filthy medicine you gave me?
Oh.
It's made me sleepy.
Well, that was its purpose, madam.
My family think I'm going to die. They're waiting for it. Hoping for it.
Oh, rubbish, rubbish, rubbish. You're not going to die, madam.
We'll fool them, Doctor, won't we? We'll fool them. Who is it?
Now, Mrs. Abernathy. I'll go to the door.
Oh, Doctor, I came to see how Granny was getting along. I'm Rose Abernathy.
I'm Dr. Watson. How do you do, my dear?
Who is it, Doctor?
It's me, Granny. I came to see how you are.
Take the doctor downstairs, Rose. Give him some tea and introduce him to the rest of the family. He's got bad news for them. I'm going to live.
Uncle Gareth, will you introduce Dr. Watson, please?
Of course, my dear Rose. And I appreciate your motive in giving me the privilege. A shy, retiring girl like yourself would hardly dare make such a descriptive introduction as I will.
Uncle Gareth, you've been drinking again?
Well, since I was the only member of this heartless Abernathy clan that had the initiative to go and get a doctor, I think I was entitled to a brandy or two. Come on, Watson. Come and meet my noble brothers. They're here in the library, waiting like hopeful vultures for bad news about our dear mother's health.
Oh, well, sir, I think perhaps some other time.
No. Might as well get it over with.
I'm sorry, Dr. Watson. I didn't know Uncle had been drinking.
Oh, that's quite all right, my dear child.
Dr. Watson, let me introduce my brother, Ernest.
How do you do?
How are you, Dr. Watson? Since the success of Oscar Wilde's recent comedy of manners, Ernest has been unbearable. I think he took its title too literally.
I suppose you're referring to the importance of being earnest.
As you see, Doctor, my brother is a brilliant wit, and brandy sharpens his perceptions even more. He's been known to launch a whole string of leaden epigrams in the course of one evening.
Yes, and he's been known to do an honest day's work in his life, which is more than you can say, my dear Ernest.
Gareth, I'm sure Dr. Watson has no desire to listen to our dreary wranglings. Why not introduce him to John?
I'm going to. Watson, this is my other brother, John Abernathy.
How do you do, sir?
How do you do, Doctor? John is the respectable member of the family. He manages the estates here, and at least has the unique distinction of having worked for the money he gets from Mother.
Shouldn't talk like this in front of a stranger, Gareth. Bad form, you know.
Yes, Uncle Gareth. Dr. Watson's come here to tell us about Granny.
Oh, and then let's hear the verdict. It means much more to us than you could possibly imagine, I can assure you.
Well, I examined Mrs. Abernathy very thoroughly. Considering her age, I'm glad to say that her condition is quite good. I've prescribed digitalis for her, and she should pull through very nicely. In fact, I see no reason why she shouldn't live to be 100.
Oh, Uncle Ernest, that was one of our nicest wine glasses.
Look at us, Watson. You give us the best possible news, and look at our faces. Don't you realize that this whole family is waiting for one thing? My mother's death?
I tell you, Holmes, it was perfectly nauseating.
I must say they sound like a peculiarly unattractive family.
Well, except the granddaughter Rose, she's a sweet little thing, but the others are a bunch of good-for-nothings.
Undoubtedly. And yet my reaction to what you've told me is one of intense curiosity. As I remarked earlier today, the quiet countryside, beneath its external beauty, cloaks some of the vilest happenings.
Well, I admit the atmosphere in that household is vile, all right.
And think of the potential tragedy smoldering there. A wealthy matriarch who controls the purse strings. 4 relations living there and praying for one thing, her death. No, Watson. With such a setting, my curiosity is overpowering.
Then you will call on her?
If you think she's in good enough condition to see me. Attempts may have already been made on her life.
Normally I'd suggest postponing it for a day or two, but if you think that she's in danger...
Quite. Watson, tomorrow we shall call upon the lady and see what can be done to help her.
Mr. Holmes.
Yes, Mrs. Abernathy?
Before we go into lunch, I should like to tell you why I asked you to come here today. And I want my family to know, too. Children, I want your attention.
Oh, Mother, not another lecture, surely.
No, Ernest, not a lecture. Merely a statement of fact. I have asked Mr. Sherlock Holmes here today because he is a detective.
A detective? What's the matter, Mother? Has someone pinched the family silver?
Gareth, be quiet.
No, please don't excite yourself, madam. Remember that heart of yours.
Yes, Granny, do be careful.
Oh, stop fussing over me, Rose, and sit down. Gareth, you mentioned the family silver. How did you know that's what I was going to speak about?
Oh, Mother, I was only joking.
Were you? Strange joke. Mr. Holmes, I discovered a few days ago that the Abernathy silver has been stolen piece by piece and replaced by imitations.
How do you know, Mrs. Abernathy?
I recently had occasion to have some of our silver knives repaired. The blades were loose in the handles. The London jeweler to whom I sent them reported that they were not the family silver, but plated imitations. I had him come down here and examine the rest of the set. They're frauds. I want you to find out who's responsible. I know it's one of these 4 children.
That's ridiculous, Mother. Why suggest that one of us is responsible?
Because I know you children too well.
Personally, I think it's what you deserve, Mother.
Dare you?
I'm not dependent on you, Mother, but the others are. You've kept them dangling too long. Look at you, Rose. You're still young. Are you going to stay here another 20 years waiting for your grandmother to die?
Gareth, leave her room.
Now, please, Mrs. Abernathy.
Lunch is served, ma'am.
Oh, go away. Out of you.
Quick, Watson. She's having another attack.
Out of the room, everybody, please.
Oh, Dr. Hill.
No. Don't worry, Mrs. Abernathy. You're going to be quite all right.
Are you feeling better, Mrs. Abernathy?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I am.
That digitalis soon pulled you round, didn't it? You must remember not to take another dose until this evening. In the meanwhile, I think you'd better go and lie down.
No, Doctor. I want to go into lunch. And afterwards, I have something else to tell you, Mr. Holmes. Something I don't intend the family to hear. And it's much more significant than stealing silver.
Mrs. Abernathy, I think if you were to tell me your real problem now, simply and directly, a great deal of time and patience might be saved.
After lunch, Mr. Holmes. Doctor, give me your arm.
Excellent lunch, I must say.
And the conversation has had all the sparkle and gaiety of a funeral oration.
Well, since you've entirely monopolized the conversation, Gareth, that's not very surprising.
Stop the wrangling, you two. Got guests. Bad form, you know.
Mr. Holmes, do you care for some more coffee?
Thank you, Mrs. Abernathy. I'd like another cup.
Granny, what's wrong? Your hand's shaking so.
Doctor!
Dr. Watson.
Mrs. Abernathy.
Company with Mother.
Holmes.
In good health.
She's dead.
Then I must assume a different mission than the one I came here to perform. I suggest that you all leave this room, and that one of you sends a servant for the police. Murder has just been committed before our eyes.
Murder? But Holmes, she died of a heart attack.
When death is so intensely desired by 4 persons present? No, Watson. I'm afraid I can't assume a verdict of natural death. In proof, I suggest you notice the depth to which that parsley has sunk in the butter. I repeat, send for the police.
Oh, now.
Well, Dr. Watson, I begin to see what you mean about that withered sprig of parsley. But I still don't understand what it had to do with the death of the old lady.
Oh, more did I, Mr. Bell, at the time, but Sherlock Holmes soon explained it to me. As soon as the family had left the dining room and the police had been sent for, Holmes and I stood together in that room of death, examining the dining room table.
Yes, Watson. I'm certain that she was poisoned before our eyes.
But how, Holmes?
You'll admit that in her condition a double dose of digitalis would have been fatal?
Possibly, yes, but she didn't have an overdose. I gave her some before we came into lunch and told her not to take her usual dose at the table. And she didn't take it.
Not consciously, Watson, but I'm convinced that she received another dose in her food.
How? She didn't eat the roast lamb that the rest of us had. She simply had 2 lightly boiled eggs. She cracked them open herself. They couldn't have been poisoned.
But she put butter in her eggs, large quantities of butter.
We all ate butter from the same dish, Holmes.
True. But once again, I ask you to observe the significant fact. The depth to which the parsley has sunk in the butter.
But the parsley hasn't sunk perceptibly at all.
That, my dear Watson, is the significant fact.
Oh, beg your pardon, sir. Lizzie said as how you thought something was wrong with the lunch. I'm the cook.
Something was very wrong with the lunch, my good woman.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I hear as how Mrs. Abernathy's been took with another of her spells.
Yes, she has. Tell me, was this table laid for lunch at 1 o'clock?
Yes, sir, it was. But you didn't come in till half an hour later.
While Mrs. Abernathy's attack delayed us in the drawing room, did anyone come through the kitchen into this room?
No, sir. Lizzie and me would have seen him if they had.
And when you set the table, you placed this butter here?
Yes, sir.
As you see, it's garnished with parsley. Did you do that?
No, sir, I didn't. That's funny. Who could have put that on there?
Joe Holmes, you're right.
But the roast of lamb was garnished with parsley, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was.
Splendid. I'm much obliged to you.
I hope the mistress finds better soon, sir.
Watson, I'm going to take that butter to the village, chemist shop, and have it analyzed. While I'm doing that, I want you to conduct an experiment of your own.
What do you want me to do?
Obtain a fresh quantity of butter from the kitchen. Place a sprig of parsley on top of it and see how far in half an hour it sinks in.
Ridiculous way of spending my time, I must say.
Nevertheless, Watson, I think the experiment may give us the vital clue to the murder.
Well, Holmes, and what did you find out at the chemist?
It was as I suspected, Watson. The butter was thoroughly impregnated with digitalis.
And yet we all ate some of it.
True. It would not produce any effect on a normally healthy person. In the case of Mrs. Abernathy, however, 2 doses in quick succession were fatal.
Great Scott.
What was the result of your experiment, old chap?
Well, in half an hour on a blazing hot day like this, parsley sinks quite noticeably into the butter.
Therefore, it was placed there shortly before we came in late to lunch, not when the table was set.
But what was the motive?
The butter had been shaped by a mold. It was patterned on the top. The murderer used a hypodermic needle to inject the digitalis, and he had to hide the holes made by the needle. So he took the parsley from the roast and placed it on the butter.
Who had the opportunity?
That's what we have to find out. Have the police arrived?
Yes, there's a Sergeant Jenkins in charge. He's out there in the kitchen questioning the servants.
Then let's join forces. A murderer's in this house, Watson. Between us, we've got to catch him.
Mr. Holmes, I've questioned everybody. The cook, Martha, says nobody came in through the kitchen when lunch was waiting on the table.
And yet we know somebody did, Sergeant.
Well, perhaps they came through the window.
I checked that too, sir. The gardener was working in the rhododendron bed outside. He said no one went in that way.
And the only other entrance to the dining room was the door leading into the library.
Oh, I checked on that one too, Mr. Holmes. Mr. John Abernathy and his brother Ernest were playing a game of chess there. They swore that no one went through that door.
Well, it looks as if no one could have tampered with the butter.
Whereas we know they did. Sergeant Jenkins, you've been very thorough in your examinations. But one of these witnesses is lying. We must talk to them again. Martha, when you said no one came through your kitchen and went into the dining room, you meant no member of the family, didn't you?
That's right, sir.
If it had been one of the other domestics, Lizzie, for example, you wouldn't have noticed it?
No, you mention it, sir. Lizzie did go in just before they came into lunch.
Lizzie did, but...
Quite, Watson. Sergeant, please ask Mr. Ernest Abernathy to step in here for a moment.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, Lizzie did go through the library door, but I can't see that fact as of much importance.
Possibly you can't. And yet I assure you my question was not an idle one. Was Lizzie carrying anything, do you recall?
I really didn't notice. I'm afraid I find the problems of chess, even with Brother John as an opponent, more interesting than the perambulations of the worthy Lizzie.
Lizzie.
Yes, sir?
You did go into the room just before lunch?
Yes, sir. I remember that I forgot to put the plate out, so it would be room temperature. Mr. Ernest is most particular about that.
Thank you, Lizzie. You may go.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Holmes, do you think she did it?
Surely there's no doubt of it in your mind now, is there?
Well, there is in mine, Mr. Holmes, and no mistake.
And yet the case is solved, Sergeant. Let's go into the drawing room and I'll introduce you to our murderer. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you can all see now how the murder was committed.
But by Lizzie? But that doesn't seem possible, Mr. Holmes. What motive would she have?
Oh, I could understand her motive. Mother's been an absolute tyrant with her.
I find it hard to believe that with her addle-pated mentality, she'd have the imagination to think of such a plot.
Oh, no, Gareth. The man responsible for this murder is you.
Uncle Gareth!
This is ridiculous.
I did not say the murderer. I said the man responsible.
Holmes, what on earth are you driving at?
Gareth, by his example in finding a job and going abroad, caused one of his other relatives to become disgusted with the life of a parasite. That person decided to go beyond such petty devices as stealing silver and to turn to murder.
And Abernathy commit murder? I say, really,
A remarkably brilliant observation.
Which one is it, Holmes?
Surely that's obvious. 2 witnesses, the cook and Ernest, at first swore no one had entered the dining room. Then, when I asked a question based on one of the elementary flaws of direct evidence, each admitted that Lizzie had entered.
Lizzie herself admitted it, Mr. Holmes.
Very true. She told us in detail how she had entered the dining room once, but the witnesses had her entering twice. The cook saw her come through the kitchen door, and you, Ernest, admitted that she had passed you through the library door. Someone else had realized that same flaw of evidence, that no employer really notices the actions of a servant. Someone else had entered that room in the maid's uniform. And who is the only suspect who could have done that?
By George, Rose Abernathy.
The shy and retiring Rose?
Yes, I killed Granny. When Dr. Watson said that Grandmother might live another 20 years, I saw that I'd never get away from here.
Well, you're getting away from here now, miss. I'm taking you over to the station.
I don't care. I'd be an old maid.
And I warn you that anything you say may be used in evidence against you.
I killed...
What a shocking case. I'm glad we're headed back to our hotel and never have to see that Abernathy family again.
We'll have to make a brief appearance at the trial of the girl, I'm afraid.
I still find it hard to believe that quiet, shy little thing was capable of conceiving such a devilish murder.
Solitude, unhappiness, and the companionship of an evil, maladjusted family and a tyrannical grandmother breed dark fancies, Watson.
She dressed up in a maid's uniform, convinced that no one would give her a second glance, and then, having poisoned the butter, returned, changed her dress, and sat down at the luncheon table.
Precisely. Well, Watson, this has been an unsavory case, but it points a moral. A moral that I hope you, as my self-appointed biographer, will profit by.
Well, what moral is that?
The extreme importance of observing details. Miss Abernathy would not now be on her way to a prison cell if I hadn't noticed one vital clue. The depth to which the parsley had sunk in the butter.
Now, Dr. Watson, what about next week?
Well, next week I think I'll tell you about the singular, pardon me, the singular affair of the Coptic compass.
The Coptic compass? Sounds intriguing, Dr. Watson.
Sherlock Holmes found it so, Mr. Bell. The adventure started one afternoon, and Holmes and I, returning to our Baker Street rooms, found, lying in the middle of our floor, an unclothed corpse.